This video is not part of any of the testing, but it's going to be a full run through of the whole project of what the website does and how it's useful to the user that it is made for. So, when you first get onto the website, it will redirect you to the home page with the welcome message and the Google Maps below, just to give a little hand to the user. Then you can scroll through the products without being logged in. The shopping cart will require a login, as you can see here, but you can look at the products and then you can look at the about us page, just a little bit of detail, but you'll have to log in to access any other features. So once you're logged in, let's first of all log in as a customer. So we use a test one that we've already made. We'll log in as this customer. So then the headings won't have changed. However, you can see your shopping cart now, meaning you can carry on and complete an order. So at this stage, the customer, well, they can either browse through the website, for example the home page, you look at the Google Maps, they could go to the about us page, do a little bit of further reading, or they can jump straight into it and go and make their order. And a customer would make their order. First they would come to the products page, they would look through the products, and then whichever ones they like, they would add to cart. Like for example, this customer will add an iPhone charger and an iPhone case for now. So then, this customer goes to their shopping cart, they'll see this in their basket. Here, if they decide to add quantities or change their mind about a certain item, like for example, I want to delete the iPhone charger, could delete the row and that's it. It's gone out of the customer's basket. But now if for example I wanted to go back and add something else, like go back and add a USB cable for example, they can do that also. Also in this section of the site, they can just completely empty the cart, which will delete everything out of the basket, so that they don't have to go one by one for each item if needs be. So let's for example buy an iPhone charger and a USB cable for now. They're going to buy these two products. At this point in time, the customer would be able to choose whichever quantity they want, and they can type it in themselves, which makes it much more easier for them to choose. Because if it was a selection, for example, 6 or 12, 24, 36, going up in 12s, for example, and they wanted 20 pieces, that wouldn't be possible. But if it's a input field where they can type whatever value they want, as long as the item is in stock, they can do that. Like for example here, if I typed 1000 and just 1000 again here and try to continue, as you can see, value must be less than or equal to 709, because that's how many items we have in stock of that item. So the customer will always be aware of the stock levels. However, if the user which is made for is currently using a handwritten system where he writes out the invoice, and it will not always be clear to him how many of a certain item he has in stock. So the website has a big benefit of showing the stock levels. So say for example you wanted 50 of each for now, then the customer would continue to check out. At this moment they would get a message at the top, first of all, with their total of their basket being £200. So for example, an important thing is their budget, so this can always be checked here. Then they will place with their order in form of a table with different headings, with the item, the names, the item price, the total for item, and the item quantity. The total for item is worked out by doing the 50 times £1.50, which will give you the total of they're paying for that certain item. The user which I'm making the site for is currently, like I mentioned before, using a handwritten system, so he would have to do all these multiplications itself. So sit down, write in an invoice, at the end get a calculator, multiply each value, write it down in the next field. So again, this is a big benefit for him here as well. So now if the user decides that they want to make any changes due to the total or something, they could just go back to the products page and either add stuff, or if they go back to the shopping cart now, as you can see, it's back where you can change it again. So say I want 30 of each, not 50. continue checkout, and if £120, if you're happy now, you can go ahead and the customer can complete the order. However, if they want to, they can also leave the cart how it is, log out, and say if they log back in, as you can see the shopping cart stays how it is. This is also a big benefit because sometimes if a customer meets an emergency case where they need to go and they can't stay anymore, or for example they need to go and ask the other colleagues, they can always save their shopping cart. So once logged back in, if needs be, choose their quantity and continue to check out again. Now if they're completely satisfied, they go ahead and complete the order. Now the order has been completed. Now they're offered with this choice, which is completely optional, where you can send mail and export SVC. What this does is downloads a CSV file, and it sends that file which is downloaded, which contains the order and the customer details, in an email to the customer's email that is logged in. So if I was to choose this option, as you can see, the order is now downloaded here, and this is also sent to the customer email. This ensures that the staff has always got the order downloaded onto their PC, so they can always refer to it when making the order, or print it to give to their staff to make the order in the warehouse, or they can and also the customer will have access to the order before the delivery comes, if in case of any changes they need to make, because they could just call up and make any arrangements about the delivery or about the order. Now at this stage the customer is finished, so now I'm going to show you the admin side. So after people making orders, the admin can log in, so customers are constantly making orders, and the admin can always go to the items and add new items that come in deliveries, or update item stocks. Like as before, as you just saw, that one customer, he bought 30 iPhone chargers, for example. So if the admin, the staff member realizes that 30 have now been sold and they need that to be full of stock, they could just go here, add 30 items, however much it costs for each item. So say it was 50 pence per item, that's 15. They could replenish this and then order this. So if I replenish the stock now, take it to this page, because the total spent on the items has now increased, and the amount has now increased. The admin can also here add new items, as I've mentioned, and they get email about items that are out of stock. This email function I've showed in previous testing, if you press this, all items here, at the moment there isn't any, actually sorry, there is 2 items. These 2 items will be attached in a CSV file, and it will be sent to the admin email as low on stock, so that they can do something about the stock levels. The admin can also look at the totals, which gives you the last 30 days totals, the sales, the total spent, and a profit made on these items. Finally, this is the only place where a customer can be added, is through the admin. So they'd have to come onto this page and fill in all the fields for a new customer, as I've showed previous testing. This is good because then once a customer has been made, it is saved forever until deleted. So a customer, for example, when writing a written invoice, you would always have to write the details again and again and again, the name, the email address, and the other details, for example phone number and stuff. However, here, whatever fields are required, I can add it in the code, and for now he's only asked for these fields. That can all be saved once and always referred to, and it just happens automatically because it's been saved once. The last thing is the Django administration admin feature. Here you can just the user can go through all the users, all the items and everything, in case the website is either not working or some of the databases aren't working. So here you can also change the stock levels if the replenished stock does get faulty or something. So this is just like a backup for the user to use. But that's a complete overview of the website and why it's going to benefit the user making it for, and how they're going to use it.